Folks, we're visiting today with Carlos Dodero. His company is called Studia. And Carlos, thanks for being on the podcast today. I look forward to learning more about your business and what you're doing here in West Virginia.
Thanks to you. It's my first podcast, as you know, and I'm here to have fun and tell my story.
Positively West Virginia is powered by Breezeline high-speed fiber internet and sponsored by Highmark West Virginia, Freedom Key of Morgantown, and Storymaker. With the help of these sponsors, we are able to share the positive business stories of West Virginians, including the one featured in today's episode.
Carlos, it's great to have you with us. Tell us about Studia. What do you do?
So Studia is an AI platform that creates study resources from the content that a student uploads. So essentially, if you have something to study, you just upload your PDF, notes, whatever you got, and you can generate different resources such as summaries, mind maps, flashcards, and different kinds of exams.
Yeah. So it helps prepare students to study appropriately.
Yeah. Our focus is basically on cutting time and improve basically the efficiency in studying.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. So it's using artificial intelligence to basically crush all that information and spit it out in ways that students can learn faster.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
I love it. So first of all, Carlos, your business was founded in Madrid, Spain, but you're doing business, setting up the LLC here in Morgantown, West Virginia. How in the world did you get from Madrid, Spain to Morgantown, West Virginia?
So, funny question. I mean, I'm here, and half of the team also is in Madrid, Spain.
Yeah.
But basically, we needed an LLC as a investment vehicle here in the US because we are currently also offering our service in the US. So that's how we move. I'm half of the year in Spain, half of the year here in Morgantown, or in the US at least. So it was a great idea to also have it here in the US for the opportunities that are rising lately.
Yeah, love it.
And that is pretty much why, honestly.
Well, you're 25 years old. So what brought you to West Virginia in the first place? Tell us that story.
So I was 17 and I come from a family of entrepreneurs where pretty much no one had clear what to study when they were 18. I wasn't different in my family. I was better in studying, but I decided I wanted to study physics. Okay, and I was a tennis player. My dad loves tennis, so he made us play tennis, and I was good at tennis. So I decided to come to the US to study here and get my physics degree. And I was recruited by Eastern Kentucky University, D1 tennis school.
Yeah.
And after a couple months there, doing my physics degree, etc., I moved to West Virginia Wesleyan to play tennis there also and finish my physics degree. And with that, whenever I finished physics, I was like, I feel that I don't exactly know what to do with this degree. Not gonna lie. So let's do something more practical, something that I really see meaning on doing every day.
Yeah.
I really knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but at that point, I wasn't sure. I wasn't mature. Okay, that's the truth. So I decided to come to Morgantown, to WVU. First of all, because one of my best friends from Madrid was studying here already.
Perfect, yeah.
And second, because the IE major here was strong, and I felt that it was a good path to take. Yeah. So I ended up here studying industrial engineering that I actually graduated 2 years ago.
Great.
From that dual degree. And that's how I'm in Morgantown right now.
All right. So with regard to Studia, this new technology platform that you've created and or selling in the marketplace, you started roughly August 2024, right? Going to market. But before that, you had the idea and it took a while to get going. What inspired Studia? How did you get started with this idea? What birthed that idea in your head?
So it was June 2023, and one of my best friends, Alvaro, I remember I was with my dad. He called me. He was like overwhelmed. He was like, "Yo, I really need your help." And I'm like, what is going on? What do you need right now? And he was like, I'm taking finals next week. I'm also working for your sister, and she's putting
Your sister.
She's putting a lot of pressure in me, and I need to pass these exams because it's my last year and I want to graduate. And since I've been a student athlete since I was like really, really young, I have been able to develop kind of a methodology to be really efficient while I'm studying.
Well, being a D1 athlete, you're either practicing or playing or studying or
Exactly.
going to class, right? Yeah.
That's why. So he called me. We went to a bar. We were drinking a beer and just discussing how I could help him. And after having a long chat and seeing like different things to do, I was like, but we can do this with AI. We can make like a lot of people for sure, they have this issue as well. So why don't we go to the street? Let's go as people. We might figure something out that we didn't even know it exists.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went and we asked a lot of people to really figure out if this was an isolated problem. That it ended up not being an isolated problem. So that's really how Studia was born. It was just a real issue from one of my friends that really moved into an illusion and something to go reach and help that people that are having the same problem.
Yeah. Carlos, it's interesting because I often tell people that come to me for advice on starting a business or whatever, a lot of times they'll fall in love with their solution. They've got this great idea, but what they haven't really done is identified the problem. And I always say, if you could fall in love with the problem, that's the secret sauce right there, right? That sounds like exactly what you did. You saw a problem, you had passion for it and said, hey, let's dig in and solve this. And now you've got tools such as artificial intelligence to help you do just that.
Exactly. I mean, for us, it has been really, really important, the discovery phases that we've been doing, just because of the fact that, okay, you can understand a problem, you can have that problem, but maybe the focus on that problem from a different kind of people or background of people is completely different. And that problem may change every 3-4 months. So
exactly.
It should always be a continuous discovery phase.
Dynamic.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. This is Positively West Virginia. We'll be right back. Stay connected with an unbeatable deal from Breezeline. Voted best in Mountaineer Country for their reliable, high-speed fiber internet for a low cost, Breezeline is the best gig in town. You know, here at InnerAction Media, we rely on high-speed internet every single day to ensure we can deliver the best content possible for our clients and when we publish Positively West Virginia each week. That's why we use Breezeline. It's affordable, fast, and they're great people as well. Learn more about Breezeline's internet, TV, and mobile options at breezeline.com. Folks, we're visiting once again with Carlos Dodero. He is the founder of a company called Studia, and they're based in Madrid, Spain, but also doing business here in West Virginia, Morgantown. Carlos, you and I were talking before we started about Vantage Ventures. What kind of, and of course, that's an initiative of the West Virginia University, John Chambers College of Business and Economics. Vantage Ventures is important to me because we launched a software application using AI back in 2023. Believe it or not, I don't know if you knew that. But tell us about Vantage Ventures and the role that they're playing in your success in starting this business.
Honestly, first of all, I want to shout out to Elliot and Ryan. First time I heard from Vantage Ventures last summer, it was from my professor in research, Dr. Boost. He was like, okay, you are doing this startup. I think I can connect you with this girl that is the director of Vantage Ventures. and I didn't really know what Vantage Venture was. I was here in a school for 2-3 years already, and I had no clue. Also, you know that engineering department and business has pretty much nothing to do.
Sure.
So I had this meeting with Ryan. It was super smooth. He was like really helpful in everything, and we started in the first cohort of Vantage Ventures.
The very first cohort, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, for me, it has been a game changer in the way that what they do is really making things happen. So I believe that in the startup ecosystem, there's a lot of people that do the talking, the pitching, the going somewhere just to raise money. They were focusing more on two things. Really work hard and make your product or make your prototype or whatever, but you need to finish this cohort with a completely different mindset and in a completely different stage of your company.
Yeah.
So that was pretty clear since the first time I was there. And that really transmitted a lot of passion, not just to me, to also the team, because we were getting things done every single day.
Yeah. So you have some experts, if you will, in business coming around you, supporting you, giving you advice, maybe coaching. And a great coach doesn't necessarily tell you what to do, but they ask the right questions, right? So all that to say, what would be your takeaway or two from that experience and how that's led to your success? Like what was the thing that you were like, wow, I didn't know this going in?
Honestly, there's a couple of things. I cannot just choose one, but I would say, first of all, the friends and the colleagues that you create there in that ecosystem. As you may know, BDT, Logan Kubo, Nate with Bright, and a lot of them.
Some great guys, smart people.
Also, it's really important the fact that, at least me, I didn't know that the university had so many resources for entrepreneurs. And I feel that the majority of the people have literally no clue about that. And whenever you are in this cohort, you realize, okay, there's a lot of people here that are really, really willing to help you at any time. And that you can take advantage of it because that's for you. That's there for you. And that is the second thing. Really, really impacted me a lot. But if I have to take just one, I feel it would be basically how everything is structured in the terms of they follow a really hypothesis testing methodology that you really have to create a lot of hypotheses and measure, test them, so that you can make changes on your business or your product or whatever is inside your idea or business. And I feel that was the thing that helped us the most, because at the end of the day, the majority of us in Studia, we are engineers, but we were not using hypothesis testing as much in the business. So realizing that that could be a vehicle to really understand the problem, the client, how our product needs to be built and everything, it really changed it a lot. And we are still doing it on a daily basis.
So you it helped you really create processes to think through these hypotheses, right? And situations that might come up and customers that might be in need of your solution, students, right? So tell us a little bit about how Studia is doing now, Carlos.
So Studia, as you said, is a young startup. We built the product by ourselves. We didn't hire any senior developer, even junior developer. We had literally no clue about web development.
Coding.
And we jumped. We jumped and we did it. Right now we are in a special point of the journey. Because we are getting a lot of traction right now.
Can you talk about numbers?
So we reached we surpassed 21,000 yesterday. Users.
That's amazing.
More than 265 people have bought Stu tokens. That is our coin inside the platform.
A subscription.
Yeah, exactly. and we are doing good. But as I told you before, we are in a special point because we are also doing a discovery phase again. We want to focus on a certain niche of students to really solve the big problem that they got. We feel that right now there's a lot of subscribers and people that are interested in Studia, but we are not focusing on a certain niche of students. And with our resources, it's impossible for us to solve the problems of everyone because we don't have the resources yet. But we are
money, basically cash.
Yeah, it's money. It's also more. Money is everything at the end of the day.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, really a special point. We are really glad that things are going really well in the marketing side. A lot of people are coming to the platform. So
are you able to talk a little bit about how you acquire these new customers? How do you attract them and then convert them into customers, users?
Yeah, I'm gonna explain a little bit. So we have different digital marketing strategies, as you may know. We use different platforms such as Meta, TikTok, and everything. But the key in our industry, we figure things out, is that you need to get viral. You need to get viral on social media so that people get to your platform, and that's how it's working. Just as an example,
you have to crack the algorithm.
Exactly. We got viral like 4 or 5 days ago with one video. Just with that one video, like 2,000 people were coming into the platform, and like a lot of people subscribed from that just single video. And what is funny about this is that pretty much every single competitor does the same. Like if I check some of our competitors after our video went viral, they just replicate the same video. And that's what they do. And they went viral also.
Wow. Well, have you ever heard of the imitation is the most sincere form of flattery? Yeah. That's exactly what you're just describing right there. Well, that's cool. And so social media plays a part of that. In terms of growing Studia, Carlos, what do you say is the biggest challenge you're facing right now?
So the biggest challenge by far is that, as I told you, we created the platform by ourselves without any coding experience at all. So we are encountering like small issues that we cannot solve, and that's our biggest issue
in the technology platform. Tech side. Yeah.
So some bugs and different things that are getting out of control. So the fun part about this is that we develop a plan that we are like really enthusiastic about it, and we are completely changing the platform, and we will be doing this with professionals. So Studio is going to be completely new, possibly in the next couple of months, and expertise is coming inside the business to really make a step up that honestly, with our competition and in the time and traction that we are getting, is what Studio really needs right now.
I love it. That's exciting stuff. This is Positively West Virginia. We'll be right back.
Your prescriptions are designed to keep you healthy, active, full of life. At Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, we're making vital medicine more affordable. Because when your prescriptions don't cost an arm and a leg, you can use those limbs for something more meaningful. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, West Virginia.
Folks, we're visiting once again with Carlos Dodero. He is the owner and founder of a company called Studia, and they are a tech platform using AI to help students really study better, more efficiently, and save them time. Carlos, I want to talk just a minute about artificial intelligence. It's been on the news headlines every time you open up an article. There's something about AI, and I've been a real fan of artificial intelligence, especially in business, because I think that it's just accelerating everything at warp speed. Faster than even when the internet came into existence. I just feel like it's like 10x. So I would love to get your thoughts on artificial intelligence, AI, how you're using it, and like how what do you say to people that are maybe skeptical or cynical about AI?
So, AI, yeah, this is a topic that, as you said, every single headline appears. For me, AI right now is it's my partner.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's my partner. Like, I have this controversial thought in my mind every single time, and am I getting lazy using AI that much?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, as you know, regarding businesses, if you don't get into the wave, you're gonna lose it. So basically, right now, the big wave is AI. If you want to be efficient, if you want to be productive, if you want to really step up, you need AI.
Yeah.
It has been built to help humans be more efficient
Yeah.
and really, as I said, step up and grow.
Yeah.
So
It's good.
there's a lot of people that are skeptical with AI, and I believe they can be, but at the end of the day, you need to use it in your business, because if not, you're gonna get behind. Like your competitors are gonna use it
Absolutely.
for everything. It's not just in our case I mean, it's the core of the business, but we use also AI to automate processes, to efficient our time in certain tasks,
to crunch data.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I really talk a lot with friends, and my sisters are also entrepreneurs. I help them a lot with AI. I try to explain them every time I go to Spain how they can use AI, not just for their business, but also to really have extra time during the day. Because if you are smart enough, no, not smart enough, but if you really build an infrastructure for yourself with AI, you can have a lot of extra time in your day to focus
time is
on
money.
Things.
Like we always say that here in America, for sure, right? Time is money. You hear it. Well, I think you're onto something really cool there, and I like your thoughts. When I talk about AI, I always say use it for good, not for nefarious reasons and outcomes, right? But use it for good, and productivity is a good thing, right? Because like I said, when you are trading your time for dollars, every minute you have is important, and so that's what you're buying back. Really, is efficiency, and I typically use generative AI like an OpenAI, ChatGPT, and my company Storymaker, our platform is built on OpenAI, and it's just amazing, and how fast it is accelerating. OpenAI and ChatGPT 4.0 could have stopped where it's at. Now they're bringing in reasoning and rationale, and it's like, where's this all going? It's incredible. I don't hardly use Google as a search engine anymore. I just put my question into ChatGPT 4.0, and it's amazing.
It's what you said. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that. I mean, that OpenAI is creating the search engine inside ChatGPT.
Exactly.
So that's
where it's all going.
And I feel that was some necessity that people had.
Yeah.
Maybe they are already tired of the searches that Google is showing or something, or maybe it's more efficient to do a search.
I think it just bypassed it like that fast.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was like in this passing lane and flew by at 120. Now I will also say that as it comes down to OpenAI, especially that platform, and any kind of generative AI and machine learning, it's amazing to me. I've done numerous studies of this over the last several months. Here we are, 2025, but it's interesting, the biases that are kind of present in that platform, especially, and you could almost argue with it, and it'll actually see your point of view and say, you know what, you're right. So one of the things that I always urge people is make sure that your work is verified and checked for authenticity and accuracy. And so I think that's great. And so this is cool. And I didn't anticipate an AI conversation, but I'm always encouraged when I hear somebody who's smart like you, very highly intelligent as an entrepreneur, using AI in your business. And I thank you for sharing that. It's good stuff.
I even use AI for my lifestyle. Like, for example, when I have to reply to emails, I have my chatbot to reply to some of my emails that really don't need that much attention.
Yeah.
So those kind of things is what I said.
Automation,
Exactly. It's going to help you have more time, or at least focus your time in things that, as you said, they're making dollars.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's really cool. What's the vision you have long-term, Carlos, for Studia?
Our vision in the long term is to have a platform where students can interact between them. They can not just share ideas, but share projects. We would like to, in the long term, be the LinkedIn of students in terms that the students are there to make collaborations, to create synergies, and to really find different solutions for the student lifestyle and how everything is structured in the education worldwide. So yeah, that's our biggest goal.
So almost creating a social media platform for students.
Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's cool. I love that. Carlos, you're a Division I athlete, tennis player.
Former.
Okay. Yeah. You are still a student, right? Working on your master's here at West Virginia University. You know, you're leading a team. You're leading a company. You've been a leader. I always like to ask folks, especially when I have them in the studio here that are leaders, some questions around leadership. And what I like to say is, or ask you is, what's one of the most important leadership attributes for people today in business? What would you say that's so important and urgent?
Honestly, for me, in my experience, the one that I think is more beneficial or it really makes more impact is to really understand that everyone has different character and that you need a completely different approach for every single person that you are leading. Because at some point, and a lot of people, it happened to me a lot too, and it's that when you're in a business, sometimes you forget that he's your colleague, whatever, but he's also a person. Yeah. And outdoors, whenever you finish working, he's going home with, I don't know, his family, whatever, you know? Yeah. So it's really important to understand how you interact and how you ask the different people for certain things, how you maintain that people motivated, and how is your attitude with the different people and characters that you got in your team, so that you can really get the most out of each one. And at the same time, you can help them not only business-wise, but also in a personal way. Yeah,
I love that. So very wise words for a 25-year-old man. So I appreciate that. You definitely have a way about you, Carlos. And I think that's super important in today's business world, especially because, we have followers on a team, right, that we're leading. And how do you relate to them? It's almost kind of a quid pro quo, tit for tat. In other words, you're understanding them, but they're understanding you, whether it's the way you want to be perceived or not. There's a perception, right? Exactly. And so if you can have empathy and understand what they're going through, maybe when they go home, their situation, how they like to be communicated to, I think it's very important. You'd be a lot more effective leader, and we would have more effective leadership in the world with that kind of mindset. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. That's good stuff. How did you come about all that wisdom? Just through learning and just experiencing life?
Honestly, I felt at the beginning, because I believe that you can be a leader since you're born, or you can develop to be a leader, right? Yeah. I feel that I was born to be a leader. That's how I was developed, and like pretty much all my siblings are the same. We have that character. And at the beginning, I was managing this team, and and I was feeling, okay, I was reading a lot about leadership also. I was feeling, okay, leadership, what is the main thing about leadership, as you just asked me? And I thought, okay, is to lead by example.
Yeah.
And I was following that. And that is one of the main things, 100%. But then I realized you can lead by example. But in the majority of the times, no one is going to do the things as you do it.
That's right.
And you
especially as an owner.
Exactly. And you got to understand that. And once I got to understand that is when I started feeling that I had to really understand the person behind that position.
Yeah.
And not what I'm asking to that person that is in that position.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
good stuff.
So when I realized that, I was like, okay, this is making my team be more efficient, be more productive, and actually be motivated to go the extra mile.
Engaged.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. What's Carlos, you're from Madrid, Spain, living here in Morgantown, West Virginia. What's one piece of advice you would give somebody thinking about starting a business here in West Virginia?
I'm actually mentoring some of the colleagues in the second cohort at Vantage Ventures.
Yeah.
And with one girl that she's doing her discovery phase, I was telling her, just jump and do whatever. Like my dad has always telling my siblings and I, just go jump, do the stuff, because you are not going to have all the solutions right now. And if you wait for the perfect time, that perfect time, if it arrives, is already late. So just jump.
That's great.
And you will figure out everything on the way.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
That's great.
So, I mean, that's the only thing that I can say. Yeah. Just jump. You are enough.
Yeah.
You don't need anything. And if you need it, you will find how to get it.
Well, I always tell people, invest in yourself and bet on yourself. Right? What else are you going to do?
Exactly.
Because that's your motivation. You have a vision, you have an idea, you want to start a business, you want to buy a business, right?
Yeah.
Go for it. So I love it. Great advice. We've covered a lot in this interview. Carlos, is there anything else you think our listeners should know about you or your business story?
I mean, I think we touched a little bit about everything, but honestly, I would like to recall a little bit on what we just talked.
Yeah.
Because it's funny. I'm really glad that I came to the US for one reason, and it's because of the mentality that you guys American people have, right? I'm from a country that is well known. I mean, we are not a really small country or third world country, but the mentality there is not the same, right? So for me, being here and really breathe that people really want to go forward, go the extra mile, and really create and build new things, be innovative and everything, for me has been a game changer. As I told you, when I came here, I was really mature. That's why I started studying physics, because I didn't really know what to do. Yeah. So I just wanted to state a little bit that, and to say that if you want to be an entrepreneur, you need the mentality in, and also it's not about just building a business in the meantime. Being an entrepreneur is a lifestyle. Yeah. It's something that you gotta think, you gotta breathe, you gotta eat, you gotta drink. So just as I said, jump, take your step forward, and let's get more ideas to grow here in West Virginia. Yeah, it's great. Because I know that the Vantage cohort, and also James Carnes from Ionic Air, you might know him. Yeah. They're doing great initiatives to create a strong and powerful startup ecosystem here in West Virginia. I love it. Yeah, that's great. And Carlos, I could just say I'm glad you came to America too, because I think you're bringing a lot of great ideas and a lot of energy and entrepreneurial spirit, and I think that's awesome. So thank you. As we close out our time, Carlos, how can our listeners learn more about you and Studia, and even maybe get in touch with you? So you can get in touch with me through LinkedIn, or you can follow me on social media.
Yeah.
I can share with you all my social media. And if you want to learn more about the studio, just follow us on LinkedIn, on social media, and go to 3ws-ia.com.
Yeah. And we'll make sure Jimmy puts all those links on there for social media and a website, and maybe we can even help make one of those videos or two of them go viral like you talked about.
100%.
Yeah, it'd be
That would be
awesome,
great.
man. I appreciate that. Our guest once again today is Carlos Dodero. He is the owner and founder of Studia. Carlos, it's been awesome having you here. I loved
you very
hearing your
much.
story. I loved your energy, your passion. As a young person, I think what you're doing is really great, and I want to encourage you to keep up the great work.
Thank you very much. It was a great experience, my first podcast here.
Yeah.
And honestly, I hope I have more podcasts, and I hope I can come another time here
Yeah.
with a new story or a different
Absolutely.
experience.
I love it, man. You're always welcome, Carlos.
very
I
much.
appreciate you. Folks, that's it for another episode of Positively West Virginia. If you or someone you know would be a great guest on our show, drop us a line on our website at positivelywv.com. And of course, we appreciate your encouragement, your comments, and sharing these great stories like Carlos Dodero and his company, Studia, on your social media as well. Help us get the word out about what they're doing and make one of those videos go viral. I think that would be super cool. On behalf of all of our Positively West Virginia team, including our producer today, Mr. Jimmy Murray, behind the controls, I'm your host, Jim Matuga. Stay positive, West Virginia.
We'd like to thank our partners, Highmark West Virginia, Freedom Kia of Morgantown, InnerAction Media, Storymaker, and our studio sponsor, Breezeline, for helping to share these positive stories. If you'd like to become a sponsor of the Positively West Virginia podcast, visit positivelywv.com/sponsor.